republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you that we can come here tonight and do the business of the city of Newcastle, represent our citizens. I pray that you'll bless our community, be a hedge of protection about our community, its members, and our workers. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, roll call, please.
All right, good evening. Mike Duffy.
Present.
Jeff Hancock.
Present.
Jerry Walton.
Present.
Aaron Dickens. Mark Hoger.
Here.
Lynn Purdue. Rex Beckenball.
Here. Do I hear any action on the minutes?
I'd like to make a motion for the minutes of previous meeting.
Second. Okay, moved and seconded. Roll call vote on that, please.
Mike Duffy.
Aye.
Jeff Hancock.
Aye.
Jerry Walton.
Aye.
Mark Hoger.
Aye.
Rex Beckenball.
Aye. Do we have any special additions or anything to the agenda? Okay, so now we'll move on to public comments, special presentations. EMS, you guys want to go?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll have Chris Millis come up. He's got a short plaque that we want to give out.
Good evening, City Council, Mr. Mayor. We thank you for your time. I'm going to kind of turn around here and address the audience.
Yeah.
My name, for those who don't know, my name's Chris Millis. I'm a paramedic with Newcastle Henry County EMS, also known throughout the city and the county as the unit, something we take very much pride in, take with that name. I am also the president of the Employees Association that we have, and at our last meeting, it was brought to our attention of a recognition that needed to happen outside of our actual organization, but an organization that has helped us very much throughout the years, or an individual. At this point in time, I'd like to ask Roy Willie, the former firefighter, retired firefighter with Mount Summit Fire Department, to please come up here.
Did you guys lure him here under false pretenses?
We knew otherwise he would not show up.
That's awesome.
Several weeks ago, months, several people had discussion that if we had a name of Mount Rushmore of volunteer firemen in Henry County, Bill Windsor from Knightstown, Marty Everett from Shirley, Scott Teague from Spiceland, and the fourth person would be Roy Willie from Mount Summit would be on it. We know you just recently retired. We thank you for all your years of service and helping the first aid unit, everything you've done. You drove in for us multiple times, followed the ambulance in multiple times when other people drove, took multiple calls, everything. In the age of when volunteering is going down compared to how it used to be, you're the epitome of what a volunteer firefighter was for your community and your area, and to help us too. For that, we would like to take a moment, present you with this plaque from us at Newcastle EMS, thanking you for your years of service and helping us. Since we got you here under some pulling the strings a little bit, we won't make you give a speech, but if you want to.
Good.
If you want to, we're not going to stop you also.
My wife keeps telling me to keep my mouth shut. Well, I appreciate this. That's another shock.
Well, if there's anybody that's deserving, it's you.
You know, I didn't join the military. I was called up twice. First time I was called up, I was married, so he didn't take married people. Second time he called up, I had kids, so he wasn't taking married kids. So I never was called again. In 1974, a fire chief come up to me and said, "Hey, would you like to join the fire department?" I said, "I don't know anything about firefighting." "We'll teach you." But we're out here to help people. And I said, that's what I like to do. So, 74, I took off and started working in the fire department. In the meantime, I joined the sheriff's department for a while. EMT for 20-some odd years. And firefighter on hazmat. I was captain of the Henry County hazmat team for a number of years. And I was elected to several different offices. I never run for an office except for,
Smart man.
but I've always tried to help people. That's just my sole interest. I done some training at Chrysler Corporation when I worked there for 34 years. And so I like teaching and helping people. So,
Thank you.
I thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we can't do it by ourselves. We need,
Absolutely.
all right, fellow help us. Thank you.
We thank you all for your time.
Thank you. You want to go sing, Chris?
No singing. No singing.
Okay, if you guys, I'll give you guys a chance to hit the road there. Then you got better
Thank you,
days.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was worth the look on your, seeing the look on your face to be here.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Adams, do you want to come forward and tell us a little bit about what you've got tonight?
Evening, council members. Mayor,
Santa?
we represent Knights of Pythias, officially known as Crescent's Pythian Corporation. And tonight, Crescent's Pythian Corporation, doing business as 'Tis the Season Flowers and Gifts, located at 1206 Broad Street, made an appeal to the Indiana Department of Transportation for 2-hour parking limit signs to be posted in front of our business. And we had them there at one time on the older lamp post before the new lamp posts were taken down, and when the new lamp posts were taken down, the signs went with them. We got the following answer back from INDOT. Thank you for contacting the Indiana Department of Transportation regarding your request for parking restrictions on State Road 38 in Newcastle. INDOT typically is only responsible for establishing no parking zones, usually due to sight lines to a intersection or pedestrian crossing. We do not restrict business or time of day parking. Business parking concerns should be directed to the city of Newcastle. We will not be making any adjustments at this time. Thank you for your interest in improving the roadways in your community. So therefore, with that answer, INDOT informed us that we need to approach the council, which we are now doing instead of them, even though it's on a state highway. So Crescent's Pythian Corporation now appeals to the Newcastle City Council to the current city ordinance, which hopefully we did our due diligence there. The current city ordinance of number 2575, dated June 3rd of 1985, which limits parking to 30 minutes on the north side of Broad Street, beginning at Main Street, and that goes west for 135 feet, according to the ordinance. We're asking for an amendment to include the entire block from Main Street to 12th Street on the north side of Broad. Thus may our elderly patrons have a chance to park in front of our business to shop, and all-day parkers, which we have a bunch of them right now with the courthouse situation, will be forced to use municipal parking lots in the area. Thank you once again for your kind consideration. Denny Adams, Crescent's Pithing Corporation.
Who's all on the traffic committee? I'd like to talk to you tonight afterwards. My train of thought is I'd kind of like to reverse it. We for sure put the 30-minute or the 2-hour parking from 12th Street to the east that would take you in, and I would like to talk to the bank and the insurance office to see if they would like the 2-hour or the 30-minute. So what you're asking for is from 12th Street to Main Street.
Right, we're just asking to be included in the ordinance
Yeah.
one way or another, and not,
So-
Now, the ordinance says 30 minutes, so we would have to adjust the ordinance if it was going to be anything other than 30 minutes.
Well, it says 130 feet, that
Right,
probably
but I'm
goes to the
saying if-
parking lot, so that doesn't include you, right?
130, I looked on Google Maps today to see what 135 feet from the corner was, and it's about down to McGowan's
Yeah,
insurance.
that's what I thought.
So,
But we'd just have to adjust it, we'd have to make several adjustments to it.
Yeah.
I think we're
I'm
gonna do
for it, but
something.
I'd like to table it until we can,
we're just asking it to be
Adjust it the right
fixed,
And
so,
Joel will have to write something up anyway, so it's going to be a couple.
so we have some type of help on that to where we can eliminate the all-day parking problem that we have, because we know the courthouse is running about 8 months behind, and we're heading into our busy time of the year. And we just need some help.
For 2 weeks till the next meeting.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
they give us time to,
Sure, I understand, it takes
Second
time.
that, I'll second that. I mean, that gives Joel time to look at it.
yeah, well,
But we appreciate your consideration on it. and-
sure.
And do we have to come back?
No.
Okay.
We really don't need tabling because there's really nothing on, there's been no motion made to change anything.
Let us take it under advisement.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
we appreciate your time very much.
All right.
Thank you, have a blessed evening.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, now, anybody else? Mr. Snyder?
Yes, I'm from Connersville. The only person I know here is Rex. Used to wrestle against
He probably had a very good
him.
opinion of me because he knows me through wrestling.
Yeah, we didn't have too much good success against you. Anyway, I'm here because I'm from Connersville, and I bought a piece of property up off of Highland Avenue. I bought it with the snow when it was on, and when the snow melted, I'm not so sure I made a great choice. But there is city owns a right-of-way into that, an egress or whatever, I don't know what it is. It's like 150 foot wide, or long, and 21 or 22 feet, I don't know exactly what the size of it is. Beacon doesn't actually give me a measurement on it.
What's your address?
3118 Beeson Avenue, but here in this,
Here.
they changed it on me. It's, because it's actually going into agricultural ground off the city. So they changed my address. Let's see if I can find it. It was 0 East County Road 150 North, but they changed it to something else because I had to,
Part of it in the city and part of it in the county.
I think it's all in the
So
county.
you're talking about where Highland makes that curve?
Yep.
I know
Yes,
exactly
sir.
where you're talking about.
Yeah.
Land's all county right there.
So
And
that's,
I'm wanting to put a drive back through there, and instead of going, there's a little swamp right there, and I've got to put an apron in according to Ken Melton, the city inspector, because I'm coming off of city ground onto agricultural ground, and I still got to put a concrete apron in, and he says, well, the city of Newcastle probably not going to use that part of that egress back in there, that 150 foot. And he said, if you petition to vacate, they might honor that.
so it goes 150 foot deep into the
Mhm.
property? I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, it's, the adjacent property owner, I've talked to him, he bought his piece of property just before I bought this piece of property. So we kind of bought them at the same time.
If it joins that agriculture right.
Right.
Your property butts
Yeah.
up against the agriculture.
Yeah.
Property there. I don't know who owns that, but I know exactly where you're talking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at the end of Highland Avenue. I think it's actually an extension off of 25th Street or 24th Street or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back 150 feet, and if I could go back there to the end of that and then cut off onto my property, I'm going to put a barn in there, hopefully, put a barn in there. And, of course, I won't be able to get any city utilities or anything. I'll have to put a well and a septic system in, so that's what I want to work on, and hopefully I can get, I've talked to the adjacent, the adjoining landowner, talked to him tonight. He was going to try to get to this meeting, but he's a military contractor, and he don't get any time off unless they'll just couldn't get off. But he wanted to be here.
So would that type of easement be like an alley vacate?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you'd have to do.
Verbally, what do you need him to do, Ken?
Well,
How do you need the verbiage?
I believe the city owns that. Now, it is, on that side of the road, everything's county, but when you go to Beacon, info's not available. So I think that was going to be an extension of 24th?
24th Street.
24th right there. So I think the city owns that. And I suggested that he request to vacate it, then he could take his driveway back. But the other guy would get half and you would get half unless he.
Yeah, he agreed to that. I mean,
So
I
it would
thought.
be a shared driveway or shared.
Well, whatever the.
No matter who
attorneys-
pays for it, it would be.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't stick you to have to pay for all of it, but it
I don't think so. I don't know him. I mean, I've just met him, but he seems like a upright person, but you never know.
So,
You know,
Joel,
you're gonna make a
do-
contract with him.
Yeah, you
someday.
need an ordinance if it's a right of way. I can check the plat book to see if that in fact was platted as a roadway. Because if it wasn't, then if we vacated, it wouldn't matter, because
Yeah.
it was never dedicated as a roadway, it'd be like vacating your own property, so it really wouldn't matter. But I can check that, and if it is, we can have an ordinance for the next meeting, and it'll require a public hearing, so it's a little
Okay.
longer process, but we can get going on that by the next meeting.
So if we vacate it, does that give him half of it and the other guy
Typically it
does
does.
half of it?
Yeah, typically it does. Now, the fact that he's entirely in the city, if it's platted as part of the city, he may end up with all of it. That's the only, I mean, either way, you'll end up with at least a portion of it. You probably
His half of it with property he already has, he probably doesn't have to
have.
have any part of his driveway on the other half if that's
No,
the
no, I
case.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
to.
You know, so.
No, but there needs to be a culvert in there of some kind, because there's a flow into it. There's runoff into it.
Okay, so what do we need to do to look into this? We're for it, but there's just some
Yeah.
legal
Yeah.
things that we.
I just need to check the plat book, and if that's okay, then I can have an ordinance to start the process for the next meeting.
Do you need to get his information, Joel?
I probably should, just in case I can let you know for whatever
Okay.
reason it's not platted,
Okay.
so.
Can I have your name again?
James M. Snyder. That's my official name. Well, and I guess the official address is 2402 Highland Avenue. So,
Yeah, we're not against it, but we've got to get some things in order and.
okay.
but
Appreciate it.
we'll work on that and have it at the next meeting.
It would help me to get back to where I want to go.
Sure.
Yeah, without having
Does
a
he
bunch
need
of
to be here at
addicts.
the next meeting, or is this something we can just stay in communication with him about, or?
Yeah, I mean, when we have the public
Public
hearing, you
hearing.
probably need to be here, so that probably wouldn't be the next meeting, it would be the meeting after.
Can we schedule a public hearing this, I mean, what, 11 days?
Well, we wouldn't be able to get the notice published 10
Then
days.
it'd be the
Yeah.
second, the public hearing
In
begins
the
the second
in
meeting.
the second meeting.
So to be the third
Yeah,
Monday
first
of
Monday in
next
May. Yeah.
week, next month.
That'd be the one that.
That'd be all right. I mean, I'm not in any great big hurry or anything, but, you know, keep the ball moving.
Sure.
If I can.
Okay.
Thanks.
Jim,
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anybody else would like to come forward?
Bring everyone else off, right?
Yeah, everybody's taking. Okay, we'll go to committee reports of Mr. Guffey.
Just got one thing that it's I Avenue. We know it's a truck route. It's heavily traveled, but man, it is breaking down bad. Especially in front of Crown. I know it costs a lot of money, and I've mentioned it before, but it's a truck route, so, you know, I think just a little more than just cutting 2 inches off and paving back, it's gonna have to have something because of just the truck traffic it gets. There's a pretty good sized hole down there now. And, but I think it's something we really need to look at if all possible.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Hancock?
Couple things. First of all, hats off, Matt, you and your officers. I'm sure you haven't had much training and stuff. My question is, where have you been, Greg? Your experience and stuff. And Brian and Dave, can I see you after the meeting for just a couple minutes? Thank you. That's all.
Mr. Walden?
A couple of things. From the Housing Committee meeting, learned that ICAP and Habitat are going to join together and looking at some properties in Hospital Heights area off 24th Street. Looking to develop 6 lots there with 6 new homes, 1,100, 1,400 square feet. That's kind of in the works, and they will be contacting people within that area, talking to them, getting some ideas, which, you know, I pushed. But we could have some new housing going up in that area, which really excites me. ICAP basically owns the properties already, and they're going to do a joint venture with those structures off the platform the Habitat uses, so it'll be affordable housing for that area. So I'm pretty excited about that. There are a lot of things going on out there in that part of our town that I'm very proud of. And that help shore up that area with some nice homes. And I really like the fact that they put forth they were going to go out and talk to the neighborhood people and get their feelings on how they should go about it and all that. So that's going to be taken off here before too long. The other thing is, I went through poll workers training today, and we are in need of poll workers, especially Democratic. We're down 10, need 10 Democratic poll workers to volunteer. It's not volunteering your time, but it's a long day, but it's a very fulfilling day. I look forward to it every year that I get to participate.
A high school student can do that, can't they, Jerry?
Yes, 16 years of age, and so far they've had one that signed up for it, Rex. Thanks for bringing that up. But I think they can also now cut it down to where you can work a half a day, not the full day, and still qualified to do the work. Now, I've said this before, I think voting rights is one of the greatest rights we have as a nation. And anything that I can do to help out personally, you know, I've worked it every year that I could. You know, when you're running for office, you can't do it, but it's very satisfying for me, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot how safe and secure a voting system is here in Indiana. And it is. And I want everyone to know how hard Jenny and her staff work to make this happen, make it happen correctly, safely, and securely. It really is. So if you know anyone that could help out, just have them go to their office up there in the county building and help the process out. They could work it where there could be 3 Republicans, 1 Democrat. I'd hate to be that 1 Democrat because you have to have 2 people verifying everything. And that's where the issue is right now. Matter of fact, they moved me to a different location to try to help balance that out today. So if you can help out, please do. If you know someone who can, please do. Lynn, is there anything I'm missing on that?
No.
Training's easy. I mean, it's really easy. It's just, I think if you gave it a shot, you'd go home tired on your feet, but feeling very good about yourself. And with a presentation, I hope Henry County never loses that spirit of helping others. I hope Newcastle never loses that. You know, I've grown up in this community very spoiled, very spoiled. And 68 years of age, I know Greg at the opening ceremony, Little League. Who else does that?
Pretty cool.
Who else does
It was
that?
fun watching them run those bases.
Blew me out. It was like trying to herd a bunch of wild cats out there, all those kids. But I'm very proud of our community and what we do with helping others and what we do for our youth. I don't see it anywhere else, not like we do it. So we need to be proud of it, and I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. Mr. Coger?
Nah, that's
Okay. One thing I've got, Your Honor, where are we at? I know they're doing some changes in the way the state's doing road funding. Where are we at with us being able to get state money?
They put, Senate Bill 1, changed a couple things, and instead of the 50/50 match, it's gone to an 80/20, so that's going to allow us to apply for some road funding.
When's that process start?
They
haven't quite said.
Haven't exactly announced it
Okay,
yet,
all right.
but we're.
I just wanted to check.
Avenue's third on the list for that, so. We've already got a plan put together for it.
Great. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Chief, you have anything?
Yeah, the tip 411 that Assistant Chief Bordeaux gave a presentation on, I had Kendra email all of you guys information from them. Didn't know if you guys had thought about it. I was going to go ahead and enter into the 2-year contract with some of my non-reverting money that I've got left, but I didn't know if we wanted other departments or the council to chip in through LOIT. I think it's going to be a huge benefit for the community, both the police, fire, and EMS, but just the whole community in whole. I know almost every day, sorry Phipps, we get a road closure from dispatch, and we can simply put that out to the community through that app.
I think we were kind of waiting to hear, because last week it was kind of last meeting was kind of left up in the air where the funding would come from, and we've got lower money we could use, but I think the mayor was talking about taking it from some different places. So once we get it nailed down as to where we want to get the money from, I don't think anybody was necessarily against it. I think it'd be a good thing, so.
And that's for 2 years. Work out. We're not obligated past the 2 years.
Well, we're kind of doing that in another sense, but, I don't know that we're
not as
totally fulfilling it, so we need to combine 2 or 3 different things. And it's caused us to look at it a little bit deeper.
So do you want us to take it out, the rest of it out of LOIT after the amount that he's?
Well, not yet, but I want to move forward with it and try to combine 2 or 3 things that we're doing.
I think that was one of the concerns that you talked about when it came up. How are we going to group all this together?
Yeah, and still, who's going to feed it? I mean,
Yeah.
if it's an updated, somebody's got to be feeding it every 2 weeks to.
Well, there'll be, I think, the way I understand, there would be you or Kendra, would be possibly me, police chief, fire chief, EMS chief. The 2 people over there that tend to have things. They could all have
It can be
input.
used at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Like, if Lee calls me and says, hey, 18th Street's gonna be shut down here, one of the officers can get on there and put it right there, and it goes to everybody that has the app. And listen, if
Well,
we
see, we
have-
kind of thought that was supposed to happen with the one we have now, and it hasn't been happening, so.
Yeah, I mean, I know the tips that come through the city.
Did for a while.
The city's website, I don't get until Kendra sends me the email, and it's a Friday, I don't get it for a Monday. This is all instantaneously done. Just like with the cows down on 3.
Yeah.
One of them guys could have put that out today, avoid 3 and Cherry, because we're down here chasing cows right now. Sometimes that backfires, because everybody wants to come down there and rubberneck, and wants to push back, helps chase
Last all
cows.
okay.
But, and it's not a 911, we're still encouraging people to use 911 for the emergencies. But this is basically, it's an anonymous tip option, there's an anonymous tip option there, but.
And that wouldn't go public?
No.
I would just, to you guys
It
only?
just goes to us, but, you know, if fire's got a big fire, and we're closing down a block area or whatever, we can put it out to the community, don't go down this road, because you're not gonna be able to get down this road right now. It doesn't have to wait until later on.
As I understand it, if somebody does call in some kind of anonymous tip, it's gonna be filtered right, like to you or to Chief Moore or to whichever group.
Yeah, we'll filter it out.
Immediately too.
But,
It's
you
not-
know, like right now, say we're looking for an armed robbery suspect, and he's at 18th and Broad, people call dispatch types it in, there's a delay. This will go instant to everybody. Like if somebody wants to put in there, hey, the guy you're looking for is at 18th and Broad right now, every officer will get it on the phone, right then and there, on duty and off duty. So there's no delay there.
I think we kind of need to rip the Band-Aid off as soon as we can.
Yeah,
To figure out what's going on.
you're talking about professional services, we're kind of talking about the general public information also, so what we want to do is blend them both together.
Sure.
And, because the one that we're involved in right now, it's not doing all that we thought it was going to do.
What are we paying for it?
$680 a month.
680?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have an app, does it?
No.
No, it's
It's
mainly
it's
an
email or
that
text.
people can sign up for, and it's more of a, I mean, the email is more of a newsletter type of thing. And the texting, with the amount of money we put into it, it may be something we eventually get rid of as we see how this does.
This is cheaper and sounds
But-
1,000 times.
But our text can only go out
It
so
is.
often without more money being involved.
Sounds like a
So,
no-brainer.
Do you receive a text? I'm signed up on it, I don't receive a text.
I do.
I receive them like 6 times a day. You don't get nothing?
I get the email from that.
I get the email,
Okay,
the
and then
email is too late.
And I get text that, like on road closures, like Kendra's real good about putting on road closures and things like that.
Well, I thought if you signed up for the email, you would get the text along with it.
You're supposed to.
But this here sounds
I
like,
only get email too.
this here is more real time. You know, this is every.
Right, this will be very real time.
It's all real time. Yeah, it's an app. It's
Yeah.
an app.
I mean, I
You
think
get
we
your
get,
app, you're done.
I think we get this and we keep the other for a while and we see how it all blends together. Because some people, when you tell them to get an app, they're scared. They don't want an app. They're happy to get a little email or,
I know.
you know,
I know.
so, but I think we need to get this and just see what,
It's not something 100% of the community is going to use, obviously, but anything we get there's not going to be 100%
Right.
participation. So
Exactly.
it's just a matter of, if it affects one person, life-saving measure, I think it's worth it. So,
yeah.
I don't feel like we're getting our money's worth out of what
No,
we're
we're
doing
not.
now.
No, we're not. We're not for $8,000 a year.
In any way, shape, or form, so.
I think it behooves us to just go ahead and cancel that and move on. I mean,
I hate to keep paying for it, to be quite honest.
find out how to get out of it first before.
Yeah.
We probably signed
Maybe
up
we
for,
get
we
into
probably
this
signed up
first.
for 10 years like we did the defibrillators or whatever. We bought the EMS or supposedly, so that put us in bankruptcy, so. I don't
That came
know.
before council.
I don't know. I mean, I've been through this for 17 years. I've seen so much.
I think we bought.
It's hard telling what's gonna happen next.
Let's move on. You have something else, Chief?
Yeah, Officer Hughes, who's our Operation Pullover representative, asked me to, a couple of years ago, we came and had an ordinance created for $60 an hour for Operation Pullover grant money. That's state grant and federal grant money only. He asked me to ask the council to increase that to $70. We're running into the same issues we ran into back then. The price of everything's going up, so we've got guys working construction sites and stuff like that for $75 to $100 an hour and don't necessarily want to come work Operation Pullover within the city limits. So he's afraid, and for the second year in a row, we got the largest grant, second largest grant in the state. Not everybody, that includes, the only person to beat us was Indianapolis Metro. He wants to make sure that money is used, because obviously if we don't use it all, then the next year grant will come in smaller. And
Does he schedule that, or do you schedule that, or who schedules that?
it's not really a scheduled thing. He sends out the message to us, because we partnered with Henry County too, and with them, asking, do you want any Operation Pullover money or hours for this month? He sees how many people wants it, then he figures out how many hours he can give you for the month. And then, but he said to get creative, because this was all started for DUI projects, but we've moved it into following school buses, motorcycle detail. We've even used it as pedestrian, bikers, and skateboarders down in Front Park. I don't know if you've seen us last year, to try to get rid of some of the money, because we're getting quite a bit. But we'd much rather our officers be here in the community, protecting the community by pulling people over possible UIs and other things. But it's kind of hard to turn down $75 an hour to sit there in your car at a construction site with your backlight.
And that's city officers can go anywhere in the county,
Yes.
or anywhere in the state,
No, anywhere in the county.
anywhere in the county.
On Operation Pullover?
Yeah,
Yeah,
anywhere in the county.
Yeah, I remember, I think I was driving through Kennard maybe, and it's been a year or so ago, but I saw one of our cars and said, why is our car sitting there? And I think I asked you or Justin, and it was
Everybody runs that stuff.
It was not, but it was an Operation Pullover
Yeah.
thing, so.
Yeah, we don't run blitzes like some communities do. Like, we don't say, okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have so many hours, and the guys are working so much, they just, normally it's like 12 hours a month you get. You gotta work it between a certain time, I think it's 6 PM, 6 AM, on the DUI. Now, obviously, the school bus, you'll see the guys following buses in the morning and in the afternoon. The motorcycle, we're right in the middle of a motorcycle blitz, because everybody's getting their motorcycles out. But, yeah, we're just wanting to make sure that we're utilizing that money as much as we can and not turning it back in.
Can I get some of that money to drive around the town, make sure nothing catches on fire?
I don't know about that one. You have to talk to Tony and see if he can get creative with that one.
I'm in.
Does a great job.
I'm in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect our budget. I mean,
Right.
this is state grant money, but
So do we need a resolution for
You
that?
need an ordinance, 'cause it'll be a separate
Change
salary
the ordinance?
Yeah,
It's not an amendment.
yeah, you'll have to, you'll have to pass an ordinance, so.
and this wouldn't take effect until October 26th, when the new grant comes in.
Okay.
And then the last thing I got is,
Well, hang on, do you need him to get you some actual information?
I don't think so, because I think I'll just change the rate we had to pass the ordinance.
yeah, that's the only.
Whatever it was, the $70.
It was 60 last time.
Yeah.
It was 70.
Yeah.
County's doing the same thing.
So, yeah, I'll be able to do it.
Okay, all right.
So Jody will have to do both the city.
Okay.
One last thing, Officer Dawson Smith works night shift. His 7-year-old granddaughter was killed over the weekend in an automobile accident. I ask for everybody's thoughts and prayers.
Hate that. Anything else, Chief? Chief? Kenny? Mike? Randy? Council?
I don't have anything else.
Good. Greg?
Well, since police chief brought up grants, just keep everybody posted. Roughly a year ago, we talked about we got a $200,000 grant to do a lead and survey, or a lead and copper survey. We're in the process of finishing that up now. According to the IFA, ours is the most complete and thorough survey that they have received. So, just to brag a little bit, the park's done a pretty good job.
Good, appreciate it. Thank you. Anything, Lee?
Just the trash will run normal the week of the election.
Okay. I would like to talk to the traffic committee afterwards also about what we were talking about earlier, and also at the Little League Diamond. Chase has done a survey, and done a study that when you, off of Main Street, when you pull in the Little League Diamonds, you can go in the parking lot just fine, but the road that goes to I Avenue, we won't make that a one-way. We've got cars parking on both sides. In between games, we have kids going both ways. And we just feel like it'd be much safer to turn that into, you could still go out, in and out on Main Street, but you can only go north on that little parallel road there by the sidewalk.
Is that our road?
Yeah. Yeah, it's our sidewalk and.
I knew it was our sidewalk, I just wasn't sure if that was our.
In between games, you've got parents.
Yeah, makes sense.
Going both ways and kids not looking, and so we need to get some signage, and I want to talk to Little League about it, but if you hear some people not liking it, it's a change, but I think it's a change for safety.
Does that actually have a name, Greg? There?
I don't think so. Not that I know
Because
of.
it's basically like a parking lot.
Yeah, and then they're building a T-ball diamond up the top.
It's like a park.
Yeah, I mean, if it's part of the actual baseball complex and not a dedicated roadway, then yeah, you can just put up signs.
You don't need that, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say if your administration agrees to it, I say just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Just need to get the right signage up.
Yeah.
One way going north. One way going north, correct?
No. Yes, one way going north. You could pull in on Main Street, but you can't pull in off I Avenue and come south.
Right.
So we need a do not enter sign at the I Avenue entrance.
Yes.
And a one-way going north on the
Yeah.
other, at the other end of it.
But then they're getting ready to build a new diamond up there, and we have just as much congestion up by by the bathroom also. So we're gonna block that off so people can't drive through from that Roosevelt or
Yes,
from Roosevelt to Maine. So there's gonna be some changes there, so you'll hear some murmuring about it, but I think
Safety.
we're lucky that nobody's got hit already, because,
It's
kids.
kind of a melee.
In between games, it is. People going both ways, so that's all that I have, but I would like to talk to the traffic committee afterwards. That's it.
Okay, well, we'll move on to resolutions.
Nan's got some.
Dan?
Oh, just real quick, I thought you were finishing up, I can wait till the end of the meeting.
No, just go ahead. We respect
I wanted to
you.
remind everybody that there's a Taking the Pulse that Hope Initiative's putting on May 7th. I think I mentioned it before, but just a reminder, it's at 6 p.m. at our EMC.
Okay.
Taking the Pulse for the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our first resolution is 042-02026-1, authorizing the filing of an application for a grant for the Transit Department. We do this, same thing we've done every year, isn't it, Doug?
Correct.
Yeah.
And this is a matching.
Yeah. So I move we approve that.
I'll second that motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
How much a match is this?
It's like, it equals out to maybe like 68% is what we get from the federal, the state, and the rest is, well, might be a little bit more than that. We get, I know the state, the federal is 50% of that, and then the state is almost like, what, 16 to 18% on top of that, maybe 20.
It's close to 70-30.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that comes out of the,
It'll be general fund transportation budget. Okay, any further discussion? Okay, we'll take a roll call vote.
Mike Duffy?
aye.
Jeff Hancock?
Aye.
Jerry Walton?
Aye.
Mark Koger?
Aye.
Rex Peckinpah?
Aye. Okay, our next is resolution 042-0202, 6-2, and this is authorizing the expenditure of revenue allocated to the city's riverboat fund. This is for $10,000 that will be used at your park down at 3 and 38. Basically, the same amount we authorized last year. I think I sent out a text with the numbers on how much was spent on each thing. So I'll move we pass this on this resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Mike Duffy?
Aye.
Jeff Hancock?
Aye.
Jerry Walden?
Aye.
Mark Homer?
Aye.
Rex Speckenpall?
Aye. I wanted to say one thing on this. You know, the Optimist Club has worked hard for years on that corner. And for a long time, they've had a sponsor. But the sponsor, and I'm not going to name names, but the sponsor decided not to sponsor anymore a year or so ago. And Mr. Cole has worked tirelessly to try to find other sponsors. And they just haven't come forward. And I mean, I'm you know, more or less, I just want to say that he is, continues to try to find sponsors for that part of the community. And he'll continue to try that, and maybe someday we find one, and all of a sudden we're not doing $10,000 anymore. Sponsorships are hard to come by. There'll be people, as soon as this passes, there'll be people that say, well, they need a sponsor for that. And none of those people come forward with a sponsor, you know, and none of those people have any clue how hard it is to get a sponsor. It's like Trojan Lane. Mr. Purdue, you know, I mean, we've got into it on Trojan Lane a few times, but Mr. Purdue has worked very hard to try to find sponsors for Trojan Lane, and he's still working on it. But they're just not as easy to come by as maybe they once were. So just wanted to say that. Now that brings us.
Well, and if it wasn't for the fire department literally been taking the flag down and putting it back up, which is
right.
Is a huge event. It's not quite as easy as you think it is.
Oh, that thing's huge.
That
I
flag
can
up.
imagine.
It'll raise you right off the ground if the wind's blowing a little bit. So thanks to the fire department.
But it takes community effort, and I just appreciate Mr. Cole and Lynn for at least trying to find some sponsorships for those areas. Then it brings us to ordinances. The first reading is modifying the Unified Development Ordinance, gravel or stone for driveways. And I may need to read a little bit of this one. Okay, whereas the city, now therefore be it ordained by the Common Council of the City of Newcastle, Indiana as follows. Number 1, Table 2 of Section 4.2 of the Unified Development Ordinance shall be modified by adding the following text, which will be added to row entitled Driveway Material. Stone or gravel may be utilized beginning at a point 20 feet in length from the nearest edge of the sidewalk or edge of the roadway if there is no sidewalk. The area within 20 feet of the nearest edge of the sidewalk or edge of the roadway if there is no sidewalk must be graded and surfaced with an all-weather paving material. All the provisions of the Unified Development Ordinance, which are modified here, will stay in effect. And so basically what we're doing is we're allowing somebody where this, and Mr. Melton, you correct me if I'm wrong here, where this really comes into play is if somebody has built a garage back behind their house, or you know, something like that, where they're going to have a long path to get back there. Well, they can put in 20 feet of concrete or asphalt, which keeps the stone off of our road, but it will allow them to be able to, you know, use stone on their property further back away from the road. So if you got any questions, ask them, because Mr. Melton can answer.
Well, I have 2 comments.
Yeah.
Jerry's talked about till he's blue in the face. Up on Broad Street, we got people parking in the front yard, has nothing to do with their driveway, literally ruts in the road, in their yard from just pulling across the sidewalk. So, you know, that's one complaint.
Well, that's our enforcement there.
Yeah, so a new situation, and there are some neighborhoods that don't have sidewalks. Well, I don't want you to turn off a road onto gravel, cross the sidewalk, then go onto another gravel driveway. You know, so I'm for, you know, especially if there's a sidewalk.
For this ordinance. in other
Yeah,
words.
yeah, right,
okay.
yeah, yeah, I don't want gravel crossing the sidewalk. You know, if we've got a nice sidewalk, we need to have it nice, at least to the dimensions that we've used here, so. That's my two pet peeves is that,
Well, I think this takes care of that pretty good, no matter
Yeah.
where somebody is. I mean, Mr. Melton, I know he's had several people coming up to where we proposed this, have contacted him because they wanted to put in a little longer driveway. And of course, the cost of concrete and asphalt is, we know because we use it in the city, it's not cheap. And so this allows them to be able to use some other material for part of that, while still maintaining the look we want for our city.
Yeah.
New subdivisions, Joel and I discussed that, we want those to be concrete. All the way.
So, okay.
For the driveway to the house.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
You do a motion in a second. I'd like to make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Roll call vote.
Mike Duffy?
Aye.
Jeff Hancock?
Aye.
Jerry Walton?
Aye.
Mark Over?
Aye.
Rex Speckinpole?
Aye. That brings us to the conclusion of our business. Anybody have anything else? Mayor, you got anything? Okay, we'll be adjourned then.
Thank you.
Mayor, I'll be with you in a second.
I will try to put gold medal on it. Liza, so kind of.